Hi guys, this is Dr. Mohammad Usman, and today I will be talking about narrative visualization, which is the last topic in the data visualization training series. And today we will be talking about how narrative visualization work on storytelling about your data, and how we can use the narrative visualization in different topics and communication of your different data effectively. So when we are talking about narrative devices for storytelling with the data, we have to know that which devices communicate effectively and what is the context for the audiences. So basically, when we are talking about the narrative devices, we have many devices over here. So let's start from the different storytelling technique or the brief history of this one. When we are talking about storytelling, in the previous history we were have storytelling by people telling each other the different stories. Then we have some kind of letter writing and words was telling stories. Then we have images, and images also tell us some story or some point or some scenery in some old time. And then when we have converted different images into different form and different layers and different frames, we have gone on the comics. And then comics are further converted into types of movies which have different scripting and different data. So when we are telling about the narrative visualization and or storytelling, we are talking about the technology which we can use all these things and convert in form of visualization. So the normal simple narrative visualization is in form of word or in form of any newspaper which we read on daily basis. So when the narrative visualization is in place, it is divided into two different types on the basic storytelling, which is one is the anecdotal lead, which is about giving you information, the context of your visualization or the context of your happening or context of your storing. So this will be telling you about what was happening. And if you can read over here, you can read that army officer was retired, he was posted over here and there, then he traveled, and then he was well compensated. So it is just story about that person or that specific scenario. So the anecdotal lead will provide you the basics of the basic scenario of any narrative visualization. And similar, like we have the nut graph. Nut graph is the basic one, like we can tell you about the summary or the conclusion of that one. Like in this one, we are over here 2 weeks ago, defense secretary Robert M. Gates announced a sweeping effort to improve efficiency. So this is basically the overall conclusion or the overall finalization of what is in your visualization or what is in your narrative. So when we are writing up the visualization, we also focus on these two things on the basic note, that we have a one anecdotal lead and the other is the nut graph. So how can you convert this into form of data for the telling stories? So I have some little examples over here. Like this one is the very first one. When we have this kind of example, you must have seen that these are the magazine pages. So magazine pages provide you some kind of information about your data. So when we have different visualizations in that one with the text, so we can say that this one is sporting, but this one is small, and this one can be afterthought or boring because of the version, because it is very small and one cannot see it clearly. So when we are talking about narrative visualization, we have to display the images that provide us the information about the data or the analysis of our data clearly in that image. Similarly, I have like this one is very exciting, beautiful and technical, but what does it mean? So we can have multiple type of visualization, we can have multiple type of images that can be combined together with different textual format or in color format, but it is not necessary they will be good or they will be bad, or there will be exactly the need of the user. So I have another example over here. Like we have the another graph in another website page or another newspaper. So this is a center stage standalone interactive and a guided kind of graph. So this is a kind of clear graph. So when we are making up the narrative visualization and we are using our images with our text, we need to analyze that we the proper place of our images of our visualization, and where we can provide it a center stage, and it should be guided for the user to understand what it is happening. Similar examples over here I have, like this one is different development trends PPT, or you can say that visualization will be moving on different the images in form of animation. So we have a different title over here, which is the establishing short. Then we have the checklist structure, we have the progress bar, we have the queue, the action. So when we are waking up different software, or when we are working on different visualization, we have to work on the all the proper things which we have learned up to now, that we have the legend, we should have the title, we should have the progress bar, we should about clear about the data. So all these things should be clear. And similarly, like when we go into the further zoom of that, we have the annotations to tell the story about that data. we have the animated transitions, we have timeline slider, we have tacit tutorial. So this becomes an interactive kind of slideshow. So when we are talking about the narrative visualization, we have to work on the interactivity with the text and with our visualization. We need to be clear about our visualization, and we need to show that data is clearly available with our text. And I have another example over here. We have the introductory text, constant visual platform, we have anecdotal stories with data stories, and then we have drill down story. So basically in this one we have a clarity of our data, like we have a proper greater image over here which is providing you a key concept. Then we have constant visual platform about the author, and then we have introductory stacks. So this tells you about when you are making up different visualization with your text and with your images, then you should use your space effectively. And we will also see that how we will use that space effectively and how we can perform different actions on that space. So when we are working on this one, we have to know that we have to combine all these together, and we have to display our data clearly according to the principles of the graphical integrity. They are applied same over here. So combining these one into different genres for visualization, we have basically 7 genres for the our narrative visualization. One is the magazine style, then we have annotated chart, partition posters, flowchart, comic strips, slideshows, film, animation, and videos. These 7 genres work on different types of your styles of different narrative visualization, and we can use them in our different narrative visualization topics or displaying our visualization. And most of these you have already used in your real life, and you have also worked on this one. So this video was up to here. In next one I will be talking about design space, and then we'll move up to the design catalog about the narrative visualization. So visit our YouTube channel to stay updated for the different videos and update, and you can also earn training certificate from our video channel. The process is as follows. So what you are waiting for? Go today to my YouTube channel and like and subscribe to it. Thank you.